Hey guys, your boy Shaw Bellamy. I'm back with you with a brand new episode of Philly Eagles Talk here on my channel. And HOWIE Roseman made a move. HOWIE Roseman did make a trade for our Philadelphia Eagles before the trade deadline. That move happened last week. Obviously, when the Philadelphia Eagles traded for All-Pro safety Kevin Byard. The reason I'm bringing that up is because the NFL trade deadline did end today, and HOWIE Roseman did not make a single move today. He didn't trade for anybody. He didn't do anything at all. That really made you jump out of your seat as an Eagles fan. But this is not one of those videos where I'm going to go crazy like, yo, Howie, how could you not have done this? Why didn't you make a trade? Why didn't you do this to help bolster the roster? The Eagles roster is fine, dude. There's obviously some things we got to clean up, which I'll go over in a little bit. But when you look at what Howie actually did during the trade deadline, I think some Eagles fans are forgetting, is he did make a move last week. That was before the trade deadline. On record, he made a trade with the basically fleeced and robbed, straight up robbery on the Titans again, after getting Kevin Byard, the All-Pro safety that we have on our Eagles roster at this time. So it's not like HOWIE Roseman didn't make a single move is the whole joke I was trying to say in the beginning. Like, there's some Eagles fans out there I see immediately as soon as the trade deadline ended at 4 p.m. today Eastern time. There's some Eagles fans out there that are upset that Howie did not pull the trigger on some moves and get some stuff done. Dude, we're 7-1. We're in the top of our division. We're in the top of the conference. Hell, we're in the top of the entire NFL. We are fine, dude. Like I said, there's some things we got to clean up. You talking about the offensive end. You hope that going forward we play a much more cleaner game, clean up the turnovers, stop shooting ourselves in the foot. Brian Johnson continue to get, hope he, as offensive coordinator, he continues to get better play calls and coming up with better schemes for this offense and putting us in better positions to win and hopefully balance it out. I told you, I can't stand the fact that he tries to make this Eagles team more of like a pass-first team instead of handing the ball off to DeAndre Swift, who has shown that he is definitely a very, very good running back behind this offensive line. But that's on the offensive end. On the defensive end, you just hope, our defense continues to get better. We stop allowing so much passing yards and easy passing lanes to get all over the field. I said passing lanes like this is basketball, but the easy yardage getting picked up on us. Hope our D-line continues to get more pressure. Linebackers get better. Overall, though, the Eagles have what I like to call, well, a lot of people like to call a good problem, if that makes sense. A lot of teams and a lot of fans would want to have our issues, if that makes sense. We're 7-1. There's not a lot of weaknesses on this Eagles team. Just some stuff they have to clean up, but I expect them to because, the gauntlet of our schedule is really starting to pick up, and it starts with Dallas this Sunday in Philadelphia. And then we go into our bye week. So, again, we'll be fine either way. I feel like the Eagles are set to make a run for another deep playoff run as long as we stay healthy. And like I said, we clean up those messes. So, yeah, I wasn't making this video, guys, to bash HOWIE Roseman. Like, dude, how could you just sit pat? Again, he technically did make a move last week giving Kevin Byard. And yeah, I'm not worried about HOWIE Roseman in any sense like that. Now, an NFC contender did make a move. I thought it was a good move, and I will say is a good move, was the San Francisco 49ers. They did trade. They only traded their third-round pick for a young, which I think he's a good player, good player in Chase Young. They actually got them from the Commanders. The Commanders traded both of their defensive line players in Montez Sweat and Chase Young. So no one knows what the hell Washington is doing. I have no idea what Washington is doing. They're not good anyway, but I have no idea. I don't know if they are building for the future. I guess you could say they are building for the future, but even their own fan base is confused. I have no idea what the hell is going on in Washington. But yes, the San Francisco 49ers did make a trade. To me, is a low-risk, high-reward type trade to get in Chase Young. I had some Eagles fans tell me, Sean, Chase Young is really not that good. Why are you saying it's a good pickup? Why? Dude, Chase Young, I'm saying, was a former second overall pick. Was it a couple years ago or something like that? And I do think he has tremendous upside. He's only 24. And again, it's not like I think he's on the last year of his contract. So if he doesn't work out for San Francisco, if he doesn't play well in San Fran, they can just let him go and that's it. They didn't give up a lot. Third-round pick is nothing to San Francisco. They're trying to win now, just like the Eagles are trying to win now. So I don't know what this is with Eagles fans. Just because a team could be a rival or a team could be a threat to us or just an overall obstacle in our way does not mean you don't have to give credit where credit is due. I'm going to be very objective here as an Eagles fan and say good job to the Niners. I'm not saying it moves the needle that much where they're going to blow past us. No, I feel like we're still in a good position to go over the Niners and definitely continue our reign as NFC champions. I still believe we can definitely get past them, get past Dallas and whoever else is in our way. I do feel like we have that good of a team to get back to the Super Bowl. I really do. As long as the Eagles is healthy, I'm not picking anyone else out of NFC East. I keep saying NFC East. NFC, but us. And I know that sounds biased, but I do feel like we have the more complete roster than the other teams in NFC. That's how I feel. But that does not mean there's not other teams in our way that won't pose a threat. And I think San Fran is an absolute threat to us trying to get back to where we want to be. And that making that move that they did, even though their defense, you can argue these last 2-3 weeks have been very bad to mid, when you talk about the San Francisco 49ers championship defense, well, what everyone called their championship defense has looked very mid, has looked bad over the 2-3 weeks. Their quarterback, Brock Purdy, has not looked like the quarterback that everyone was, gushing over. So, yeah, I know, they have struggled, but again, I do think they made this move to kind of bolster their defense, and they did. I think Chase Young is a very low-risk, high-reward type player. That's not a bad move by San Fran by any standards. But yeah, so after that move did happen, I think that happened like around 3 o'clock. That's when a lot of people, including a lot of Eagles fans, was hoping that Howie was going to make a move to kind of counter that. But again, that's the word I wouldn't use. There was no counter that needed to happen. The Eagles, if anything, the Niners did that move to counter us, if you want to go at comparisons, because again, we got Kevin Byard, all-pro safety, last week. When we made that move, the entire NFL, tons of fans was like, yo, what the hell? How did the Eagles pull that off? How did Howie get that guy? So, yeah, if anything, teams are playing catch-up to us. Again, I keep saying again, but I'm serious. Eagles fans got to relax. We are fine. I did post on Bleacher Report in the community, whatever, in the Eagles community. There's no excuses, though. Brian Johnson is doing this a while now. Sean Desi, our defense coordinator, there's no excuses. The players, the staff with the Eagles, all right, not time to buckle down. Howie didn't trade any of y'all. He felt that this roster's right. Okay, so we should be starting to see a cleaner Philadelphia Eagles, going forward is what I mean. Like, for real, like I do feel like we do have the roster to really compete for and get to another Super Bowl. I'm very serious about that. Like I said, it may sound biased, but as long as we clean up what we're doing, what we was doing these last this whole season so far, we should be straight. Again, we're 7-1, and if we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot against the Jets, we'd be sitting at 8-0 right now, about to face Dallas. So again, I feel very good, man. This isn't one of those videos I had to make like, oh man, this is crazy. If we would have made this move, we would have been here. Dude, I feel like we're fine. We are fine. I'm just hoping that the Eagles stay healthy for the whole year. Jalen Hurts continues to get better and do his thing. Like I said, Brian Johnson and the offense, offense coordinator, Brian Johnson, do better with his schemes and really putting the Eagles in better position to not, shoot themselves in the foot. A.J. Brown is on a historic freaking run right now. Is looking like the best Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver ever. We still tons of weapons on that end of the ball. Our defense seems like it's getting better week by week, besides how it looked last week against Washington. I'm not worried. We are going to be fine, man. I'm very excited. I can't wait for this Sunday against Dallas. And then going forward, like I said, we got a bye week after this, so it'll be good to relax and just watch something else instead of having to stress about Philly. But that is it, you guys. I'm out, man. Peace.